Your first magic trick, however, was
I know where this is going.
long snapping when you really hadn't had much long snapping experience and trying to pull off that trick, correct,
Yeah,
John?
Pretty good one.
Would you care to retell that story right here?
All right, so here's the deal. I thought I was a pretty good high school player, right? Led the league in tackles. Didn't even make all league, right? Oh, come on, dude. I was devastated. So, all right, it's time to go to a junior college, and it's baseball or football. And to be honest with you, all I wanted to do is run out of a tunnel in front of 100,000 people. I want to be a rock star, but I can't sing, can't dance, and I can't play an instrument, right? But I still want to go out of the tunnel and feel it.
Why not?
So football was the key. Now, Cerritos, Long Beach, because I grew up in Garden Grove here, and so there's a lot of #1 JC conference in America. Well, then there's a school called Golden West Junior College, and they were 0-20. I had a buddy that played there, and this is exactly what I said to myself. If I can't play there, I can't play anywhere. So I went to where I knew I was going to play, and I knew I'd be on the field, and I'd be on the field a lot, because I knew that if I wanted to go to a college, you can't get a scholarship sitting on the bench, right? So sure enough, I go play. I do really well. I'm academically qualified, so I could transfer out as a true freshman, but nothing. So I was like, what the heck? So, oh man, Tim Thurman, yeah, 6'6" long snapper. That's pretty good. Better than I ever was. So I took some of his film and I just put it on my highlight tape. And back then, no internet, no HD. So as long as we're all white dudes, like, who can tell the difference, right? So then Nick Heinley, I was number 47, he was number 48. And this dude, to this day, I avoided hitting him every time in practice. I was the guy, and I was a good player, but I avoided hitting him, and I never once went head-to-head with him in practice, nor did I ever want to. He just knocked people out. So I was like, well, we rotated. I'll just take some of his big hits, and I'll just throw them on there too. So it's like me, like finesse open field, making smart plays, covering slot receivers as a backer. It's Nick knocking people out.
Look at you.
And then it's this 6'6" long snapper that's just throwing darts. I mean, honestly, if you saw this tape, I was the greatest player in the history of college football, ever. It's unbelievable. And it's JUCO footage, so there's only like one camera, right?
Yeah, sure.
So who's the wiser? And I remember too, I got to find this tape. I didn't have all the digital stuff, so like it was play pod records. And some of the footage, I actually shot with like the camera with the VHS tape, and I would put my finger and point on the screen. I would record the TV playing the VHS and just point to the guy that I was saying was me. Otherwise, how would you know, right? It's so bad. So anyways, I hadn't snapped since high school, and UTEP needed a snapper. I had a buddy play there. He vouched for me. He knew the other guys too, so he called me up. He's like, is Tim coming here or you? Paul Tessier, this is true. And I go, no, just get me in the door. I'll ball out, I promise. Just get me in the door. And it got me in the door, and I got a full ride. And back then, it was when teams were just coming out with a roster spot for a snapper. So I was kind of like the beginning of the era of that becoming its own position. Rock on, baby.
Now you got a Super Bowl ring,
Are you
John
kidding
Dorenbos.
me? 2 Pro Bowls and a Super Bowl ring. Are you kidding me? For a position I never should have played.
Oh, my gosh.
Here I am on your show now.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.